Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, all you weirdos. Jim here, and we have some news. Not quite breaking because it came out the other day, but I finally got around to it. See, that's the thing. When you're the lazy newsman, you often don't have breaking news. But here is the news anyway. And this is from Marvel's official press release, also from a interview done in Entertainment Weekly, because this here is fancy news, and it's something that more people might be excited about than me. We'll talk about that in a second. Here is the headline. It's a battle between the extraterrestrial and Earth's mightiest heroes and Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic's Aliens versus Avengers. I'm not a big movie guy. That's why you don't see many movie reviews. And I say many, I mean any movie reviews here on the YouTube channel. Also, I'm not a big TV guy. It's not that I'm fancy. I don't have I like to watch documentaries, things like that. I just can't pay attention to them, and I end up just reading comics. That's my thing, but this is comic news, so this is where I can get excited about it, but I'm not really big on these crossover type things. You know, these sort of things usually end up being kind of generic. When you end up having something versus something, usually nobody wins. They end up at the end just walking away, maybe shake hands. I don't know if the aliens will end up shaking hands with the Avengers. Might be pretty cool if that happened. But, I do check them out. But I think that a lot of people do like these and they get excited about them. So I don't want to ruin your excitement. As I've been told recently, I'm a negative nasty, is what I was told. The latest comic in Marvel's 20th Century Studios imprint launches on July 24th. It is a 4-part miniseries. Epic miniseries, they say. And yeah, I'm going to probably check out the first issue and just kind of go that way. One issue at a time, just like that old sitcom, I believe was not called that. Here we go. This summer, Marvel Comics is bringing fans a battle for the ages when the aliens and the Avengers face off. Now, I know there's always those, big talk, the talk at the comic store, even online and whatnot, of when you have a versus thing, who would win, whatnot, and the idea that somebody's sitting there saying, who would win, aliens versus Avengers, that's usually followed by, don't say something so stupid. That's what I would say. It'd be kind of weird. And then it would be the second deal of the Avengers would, but that's me. So it continues. The upcoming Aliens versus Avengers comic series is written by visionary creator Jonathan Hickman with stunning artwork by Esad Ribic. And yeah, actually, I was kind of stunned that this was Jonathan Hickman doing it. And he kind of seems in some of the quotes that he was actually surprised that it's Jonathan Hickman doing that, though I wish that he did talk about himself in the third person. That'd be pretty cool. But it continues. This is the latest comic in the Marvel's 20th Century Studios imprint and the first crossover of Marvel and Aliens. And we've had Planet of the Apes. We've had The Predators. We have these things going. I check out the first one again, and usually I end up bailing. It's just not my thing, but again, it's somebody's thing. Here we go. The 4-part epic is set in a new timeline many years in the future and features older, grittier versions of Marvel characters. And don't get that excited. This doesn't mean the Avengers are dressed up as Gritty, the awesome mascot for the Philadelphia Flyers, though it would be awesome if that was what he meant by grittier versions. Oh, that'd be so cool. Gritty version of Captain Marvel. I need to see that right now. It also will be the first time readers will see certain parts of alien lore in the Marvel Universe, like the home of the Engineers. And when I see that, I'm like, what, they're going to Lehigh University? All right, that's a weird place. In this unmissable series, xenomorphs reach Earth and the perfect organism, and I did say organism, okay? Don't get sexy. Meets a planet of superhumans. But who will be the first to fall? And really, you ask that, wouldn't it be who would be the last to fall? Because I kind of get the way of these things. The Avengers will be the first to fall. They'll dress up as Gritty, possibly have an organism, and then get to it, right? Probably one of the coolest things about the project is how we found really fun ways to Avengerize aliens and alien up Avengers. Now, in that scenario, I think it would be a lot cooler to see the Avengerized aliens, like a Cap alien, also a Gritty version of Captain Marvel, just saying. But alien up Avengers, I don't need to see that. That might be something you can't unsee. Hickman shared with Entertainment Weekly. Oh, look at them. Look at those fancy people there. They ain't sharing things with me. I think fans will be surprised at how elegantly some of those things fit together. See, you're losing me, Hickman. I don't need to see Aliens versus Avengers and then talk about how elegant it's going to be. What is this going to be? Some sort of gala? It really turned out to be a chocolate and peanut butter situation. Saying that as if everybody here loves chocolate and peanut butter together, but probably they do because that's an awesome combination. So, touche, Hickman. Hickman and Ribic are storytelling masters, and they bring a cinematic quality to this that seamlessly merges the high action and soap opera that Marvel fans expect with the deep terror and cosmic awe that the alien universe so inspires. This is from editor Sarah Brunstad, who I don't need to hear from here. I wanted to hear from Ribic or maybe some more of the Hickmans. But yeah, okay, Sarah. That was a mouthful, too. Watching them cut loose across the entire lexicon of these two great franchises is jaw-dropping. And what we have learned in this solicit that, they're going to have some crossovers. There might be a cool, gritty version of Captain Marvel, but also that Sarah Brunstad has just bought a thesaurus. That's what we're really learning. Anything could happen in this book. Get ready, she says. Woo-wee. Yeah, that is the announcement. Thank you, Sarah. I hope that we do end up seeing things across the whole lexicon. That would be awesome. That'd be so cool. And there should be a convention just called the Lexicon, and you have like Lex Luthor stuff, and maybe, remember there was that show Lex? I don't know any other Lex things that we can have, but somebody will think it up. We need at least 5 things Lex so that we can have the Lexicon. I think we should get on that. I think that would be pretty cool. But again, there you go. It is the news. We end up having Aliens versus Avengers. And my money's on the Avengers. But my money's also on the end of them shaking hands in a very odd way. Especially if you had capped up Alien shaking hands with the Alien version of Cap kind of all coming together. That might be crossing the streams. That might cause a lot of problems. But please let me know what you think about this news deal. If you're excited about this sort of thing. I mean, right now we still are continuing over at DC, the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong book. We've ended up having Spawn and Batman. We have all these things going on. And maybe if you want to just let me know some other crossovers that you might like to have and the idea of this 20th century stuff. They did tease that there were going to be more books from more of their franchises. So there are a bunch of those. Maybe we'll get some cool books, some cool crossovers, but please let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And please, no gritty bashing. I will not allow it. If you bash gritty, you're out. So with that, I'm going to be out because I will talk to you all later.
Weird science is the revolution.